2017, the year I watched my first anime ever. I was around 14 years old back then, and I had no idea what this new world had to offer me, but I was excited to explore it. Honestly, I don't even remember how I first got into anime. My memory kinda sucks, but I think it was probably through some random WhatsApp group. I don't remember what my first anime was either, but I do have a vague memory. It was probably Sword Art Online, rezero, or some other weird, questionable anime. Yeah, my brain was corrupted by degeneracy from day one. I had no one to guide me, alright? So cut me some slack. When I came across rezero though, something changed in me. By the time I finished it, I wasn't the same person anymore. It both gave me and took something away from me at the same time. It gave me one of the most impactful experiences I've ever had with any piece of entertainment, but it also left me with this strange emptiness, you know? A void that no other anime has ever been able to fill. And honestly, that's still true to this day. Back in the day, I was living at my grandma's house with my mom. The memory is kinda fuzzy now, but I can still picture myself crying like never before as the ending song of the first episode played. And believe it or not, that song ended up becoming my favorite. I eventually showed it to my brother, who doesn't like anime and couldn't care less about Japanese music, and somehow it became his favorite song too. Even now, years later, my brother, a guy with a family who is into totally different stuff, still plays ReZero's first ending song at home. That's how special ReZero is. The atmosphere, the build-up, the tension, everything pulled me in and made me feel like I was actually there, witnessing everything firsthand, you know? And then the post-anime depression hit hard. It felt like I had lost something, like I'd lost my dad or something. I know it sounds dramatic, but that's really how it felt. For some time after finishing the first season of ReZero, one question kept running through my mind. What am I gonna do now? The years slowly went by, and even though the series no longer made me feel like I was mourning a lost relative, I still kept hoping for a new season. Not just me, but my cousin too. He eventually watched it and fell in love with it just like I did. And fast forward to 2020, the second season of ReZero finally came out. And as the hardcore anime addict I was, I decided to wait a bit longer for the season to finish airing before watching it. Then the moment finally came. I got to binge watch ReZero all over again, from the very first episode to the end of season 2. And let me tell you, it was a hell of a ride. I loved it. The soundtrack, the pacing, the story. I did have some small things to criticize, but it was a great experience. Then came 2024, the third season of ReZero dropped, way sooner than I expected, by the way. Which is great, of course, I'm always ready to watch ReZero. As always, I waited for it to finish, then binge watched everything. And, well, it wasn't great. It was good, or maybe just okay. After sitting with it for a while, I had to face the truth. It was mediocre, a disappointment. My favorite show, the one that once made me cry like a fragile girl, I wish I was one, now feels like a generic let's solve everything with the power of friendship anime. Let's start with the elephant in the room, alright? Since when is ReZero Disney musical? Why is this sniper's dream of a Disney princess from Temu singing my seinenanime? Seriously, tell me. I truly wonder what was going through Tapei's mind when he decided to create this loli. She sucks. She got way too much screen time, alright? She shouldn't even be in this show to begin with. And for some reason, every single villain, except maybe one or two, wants to start a podcast. Like, this one woman here said more words than I'll probably ever write my entire life. How can a single witch's cult member talk that much nonsense? I get it, they're supposed to be like this, but for how long? Regulus, shut up and fight. Reinhardt, shut up and fight. Look, they're finally fighting. Wait, never mind. Reinhardt just got thrown to outer space so Subaru and Regulus can keep their podcast going. The witches, specifically, have been a problem for me since season 2, actually. When I first watched the first season, I was terrified of the witch. I mean, the soundtrack alone was enough to scare me, let alone the witch herself. But then, when I finally got to see what she looked like, they gave me some waifus and 3 lollies. Are you serious, my brother? You're one of the few anime I actually care about being original and different. Don't do that shit. I love a good old kawaii anime girl as much as anyone, but here I really expected more. And last but not least, season 3 just felt dragged out, like that mini Garfield arc when he was hallucinating about that assassin for some reason. And worst of all, the main plot itself. I really disliked the whole Regulus and his harem storyline. It was just boring. Emilia and Subaru, I love you guys, but I'm not here for this I gotta save my princess from the bad guy type of plot. The entire time I was like, can you please move on already? Also, what did they do to my girl Ram? How long are they gonna keep her sleeping? At this point, the only thing left is for them to bring her back just to kill her off right after, right? Right? So yeah, that's basically it. Of course there are other things I could point out, but I don't want to drag this out forever. ReZero will always be one of the best things that's ever happened to me, but I just don't feel like this is the same ReZero that once made me believe nothing else could replace it. I sincerely expect something better next season. By the way, I want to thank you all for the sudden engagement I've been getting since the last video. I really wasn't expecting it at all, because in the 4th day it had literally 10 views and by day 7 it's got more than 600 views. YouTube's algorithm truly is confusing, but I mean, I'm not complaining. So once again, thank you. I hope my content can keep reaching more people. And there's just one last thing I really need to say that I had forgotten until now. Beatrice, I love you. You're the cutest character I've ever seen in my entire life, I suppose.